Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for a general disturbance. This is the Object 261, the Tier 10 Soviet SPG. This one's located on the south spawn of Fiery Salient, and it's under the command of Oxagon of Brave. And yes, this is another replay from 2014.
Let's get this show on the road.
Well, it's still the same Object 261. It's got an 18 centimeter main howitzer, and it's capable in this particular game of doing 1,700 alpha and 102 millimeters of pen, and he has got premium rounds as well, the armor piercing, which will do 1,100 alpha, and well, you can see the penetration there on the screen. Okay, everything else is basically the same. Of course, again, Fiery Salient, which of course is the Prokhorovka map, but slightly different. And he's headed off down the west side of the map, and he has got company in the form of a Waffenträger of Panzer IV and a few other tanks who are coming in this direction. Of course, this is a replay from the 0.9.3 client. It's a long time ago. In fact, it's nearly 10 years ago. Well, it's actually 9 years ago. And he's aiming towards the enemy. Standard reload should be somewhere in the region of 30.68 seconds. Looks like he's going to go for the AMX50B, but he changes his mind. The guy's reversing quite quickly. Just going to work out where to put the shell. The IS-7 looks good. No, he has selected, or he was going for the AMX, but lost sight of the AMX50B. Okay. Well, nobody's moved up on the west side of the map yet, or found someone. Oh, there's the AMX-50, and he's stopped, which makes him a perfect target now. He pulls back, rounds out, and... ooh, well, landed short, but he had the right idea. If he tried to fire at the fixed or static object, the AMX-50B, more than likely it would have fired and then pulled back before the shell had arrived. So he did the right thing to try and pull back after the thing fired. Getting ready to shoot. Loaded again, rounds out. This time he might hit. Oh my god, it's a one shot. 1,431 hit points. And the AMX-50B is back in the garage. Okay, let's do that again. Yeah, he said one hit, that's all it took to take the guy out. In fact, already, other people are noticing that. It was one hell of a hit. Okay, enemy light tank spotted on the way in. Takes a big hit, though. It's an AMX 1390, and the second shot comes in from the Waffenträger, and he's out the game. Another enemy tank's been spotted. IS-7 over by the railway. Starting in, let it settle. Oxagon knows how to get one shots and how to hit the target.
That was close.
That's another one. The IS-7 took that, but it didn't kill him outright. A couple of enemy tanks up on the hill as well. In fact, there's a lot of enemy tanks up on the hill. They just took out our AMX-50B, so we are down one on the hill. You might want to have a look at that, because they are the only enemy tanks actually in sight at the moment. You may have noticed that there's some red remarks in chat. This was back in the day when either team could actually talk to each other in chat. Yes, they were sending messages to their opposite numbers, and usually it was rude words or, it certainly wasn't very friendly. Sometimes it was even... teammates would supply details on where their fellow teammates were. There was kind of a bit of treachery going on. Another hit. Of course, that was very rare. If that did happen, it was normally reported to Wargaming, and Wargaming would normally or might sanction it. IS-7's pulling back. We're almost loaded. It'd be nice if we can get a hit. Rounds out, looks good. Oh, right over the top of him. It would have hit the engine deck if it had actually connected, but it didn't. As I mentioned, Oxagon saw the replays we did the other day for the driver of the M40, M43, PNEU, KNF. And you may remember that gentleman managed to get a Radley Walters and a Kolobanov. He did exceptionally well. And Oxagon remembered he had these replays and he asked if we could do them for him, and that's certainly we can. Rounds out T54.
That was close.
And he felt that one, 338. It seems like somebody is firing gold ammunition and one of our players is not really appreciating it so much. Therefore, he's saying rude words in chat, which, as I said, can get you a chat ban. Did happen. Bosch rounds out.
Critical hit.
Another hit, 671 hit points. You get some massive damage scores in these old games. Looks like he's going to give the Bosch another go. Whoever's playing that Bosch is not playing it correctly. So the Bosch is more of a tank destroyer you snipe at from the rear. Oh, and before we can fire, the Bosch goes down to the T30. Yes, it's not really the sort of tank you brawl in because the Bosch doesn't have great armor on the sides and rear, but it does have very good frontal armor. But if you allow the enemy to put rounds into your side, you will die. Okay, we're getting requests for spotting from the Object 140. Our T49 is not exactly doing much. He's up on top of the hill. And really up there he's being less than useless for us. He might as well not be in the game. In fact, somebody's already said that they should report him. Okay, IS-7's come back into sight, rounds out, and
Critical hit.
that's better. 696 hit points. Okay, pull back just a short distance. Tanks up on top of the hill again. And now we've got a Death Star on this side of the map. An FP215B183. We're dialing in as fast as we can. Rounds out. Falls short. So that didn't work. He's changed position just slightly. It was possible to counter battery back in those days, so you do need to be careful. Although it was much more difficult than it is today. Okay, our T49's come down from the top of the hill and appears to be now in the lake down below. And our Object 140 is complaining about Arty, I think, or is he? I'm not sure if he is, but he doesn't realise that Arty's actually doing very, very well. Okay, we've got a bit of a reticule bloom there. The arc on this Arty is only 10 degrees in total. So you do get reticule bloom quite often. One round of HE left, then we're on to the armor piercing and the other HE. And no enemy in sight. Of course, one of the bad things about the Object 261 is it didn't carry enough ammunition for an entire game. You could easily run out of ammo. We've got 6 minutes left to go on this game, but we've only got 1 round standard HE, 2 rounds of armor piercing, and a few rounds of the other. So this could actually end up being one of those games where the Arty has to go scouting for the rest of the team because he's got no ammo left to actually fire. Okay, IS-7, rounds out, looks good. Oh, it fell short. And that was our last round of HE. He's changed position. He's loading. Oh, no, he's decided to load the other ammo. Okay, let's see how he gets on with these. Remember, these ones are capable of 1,700. Some tank drivers have actually said that they would prefer it if they got rid of stun altogether and just gave Arty back the huge damage they used to do in the past. And of course, we wouldn't mind that either, because most Arty players love the idea of being able to smack an enemy tank, take it out of the game with just one shot. Players like Quickie Baby have said, yes, they just get back into another game somewhere else. Well, we've got an SU-122-44 coming south. Tier 10 game, but the SU-122...
They're knocked out.
Oh, yes, he got him. It's actually it's not a 122-44, it's actually a 122-54. And that's actually a tank destroyer you don't see in the main game today because they took it out. But it's actually a tank destroyer that they produce more of than they did the 122-44. Okay, M103, we're not loaded, but we will be momentarily. He's gone. Taken out by our Object 268. The scores are even. There's still 6 left on either team. But we don't have much in the way of ammo left. Here comes the Death Star. Now, he's just over the edge of that hill. And at the moment, with the lie of the land, we can't get a shot into him. We can certainly hit this VK, and he's marked the target to say that's where I'm going for. Rounds out.
Critical hit.
Oh, and he's got a fire! He got a lovely fire there. Coming up to the 3-minute mark. And that Death Star's getting mightily close. This could become very, very awkward indeed.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Well, not anymore. Oxagon's taking him out for his 3rd kill. Now we're headed for the enemy cap. Only 5 left on the enemy team. They've still got a GW E100 out there, or Oxagon E100, as I should say. And you may have noticed on the enemy teams a Waffenträger Alf E100 as well. Yes, one of the tanks that's no longer in the game.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
4 kills now for Oxagon. 4 kills. He takes out the BK-4502B. Going for the Waffenträger. This is the tank that, well, everyone wanted to get because it had that massive autoloader. Okay, we've got an IS-7 there just on this side of the railway line. Okay, the enemy Arty's been spotted, but we're holding on to the round that we've got at the moment because we need to hit that Waffenträger when it comes into sight. The Geschutzwagen E100 has been killed. Our Object 268 got the kill there, and he's now up to 4 kills. But here comes the Waffenträger, and he's fired his first round, his second one. Oh, yes! Kill shot for Oxagon. He takes out the Waffenträger Alf E100. That was really good there. Okay, so now we've got the IS-7. Low on ammo we are. But there is the IS-7. We're almost loaded. He goes down to the 268, who's now got 5 kills. And so has Oxagon. Between them, 10 kills in the game. There's only 1 enemy left. So whoever gets the last enemy, which is a Borsig, will get a Top Gun if it's between the Object 268 and the Object 261. So go on, Oxagon. Come on, you can do it. You can take him. There he is. Lining up the shot. It's a difficult shot. He's just over the ridgeline, but he can do it. He's got to fully dial in to get the shot in. Loaded, ready to go. Rounds out. Yes!
Enemy armor is destroyed.
That's a kill, and that's the battle. Here's the end of battle results, and that was an ace tanker game for Oxagon of Brave in the Object 261 on Fiery Salient. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in that game. He managed to get 18. Got a Gauze medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. A Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills, and that last kill was the 6th one. And also got a High Caliber for dealing the most damage in the game. And I can tell you, because we looked this up and put it onto Salty Jedi, that was his first ace tanker. Yes, he got the scrolls. You only get that the first time, and he got them on this occasion. His win rate from this game, 16,286, which is super Unicum standard. And let's have a look at some of those greatest hits during the game. He did 1,344 hit points of damage to a Waffenträger E100, the Waffle Tractor. Yes, the big gun in the game took him out with one shot. The Foch 155 took a penetrating shot for 671. The Death Star took a penetrating shot for 655. He hit the C-54, but he didn't pen him. But he definitely penetrated that last tank, the Borsig, for 386 hit points. He penetrated the Issue-122-54 for 778. The AMX-50B, that was the first tank he hit. 1,431 hit points from one penetrating shot. The IS-7, one penetrating shot at 1,773. And on the VK-4502, 2 penetrating shots and 1,286 hit points in total. Yes, back then, playing Arty was much more rewarding because you did a huge amount of damage to the enemy with those shots. Let's have a look at the team scores. Well, we can't see them on this one, but if we go back to the previous sheet, let's have a look at them there. Okay, well, the highest damage in this game was 8,662 hit points of damage to Oxagon. The next highest scorer was the Death Star on the enemy team. He managed 6,048 hit points of damage. And the third highest scorer, that was the 268. The other guy who was left alive at the end of the game, he managed 4,280 hit points of damage. When it came to kills, Oxagon got the highest with 6 kills. The Object 268 came away with 5, missing out on his Top Gun. And 3 kills went to the IS-7 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, he was the only player to get over 1,000 base. 1,063 went to Oxagon, which meant that he got the top in all 3 columns. 994 to the Object 268 and 911 to the T30. He fired 16 rounds in that game, got 9 direct hits on the enemy, 9 penetrating shots and 5 splash. Damage of 8,662 hit points, of which 5,990 were at more than 300 meters. The close shot was actually on the Waffle Tractor at very close range. It was funny because the Waffle Tractor aimed at the wrong tank. He should have aimed at Oxagon, but he aimed at his teammate who was sitting alongside him, killed that guy, but Oxagon killed the Waffle Tractor and saved his own neck. 9 enemy vehicles were damaged, 6 were killed, 289 hit points of damage assistance. Now, he earned a profit in that game, 14,764 credits, even though the ammo costs were exceedingly high. And he also took away 2,391 experience points altogether. But what a first ace tanker game that was. Let's have a look at that in the on the Salty Jedi site again. Yes, it's such an incredible win 8 score. And what a game to get your first ace tanker in and do that sort of damage to the enemy. I hope you all enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.